Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Dirt Rally. It's week 55 of the Gaming Decathlon, and here we are. Something new, something different. It's the last episode of this year, but we continue on with the series in the next episode. Continuing on next week, it'll be year 2, it'll be week 1 in the second year of the Gaming Decathlon competition. But, big day here. It is Boxing Day in the UK, it is the day after Christmas in the US. It's the day before my birthday on time of recording. For you, at the time of seeing this, it is the day of my birthday. It is 2 days after Christmas. And it's a special time because yesterday, under that tree, I finally got to unwrap my new wheel. So here it is. I have a Thrustmater T150 with force feedback. This is the king of the entry-level wheels. So if you've never heard of this one, or if you don't know your wheels terribly well, entry-level wheels are the affordable ones. Prices can jump so much on these wheels. These racing wheels can get crazy expensive real quick. And they certainly do get better with that. The entry-level ones tend to be garbage for the most part and not worth the money. But I did a fair amount of research, and I found, thanks to the holiday, a sale that made this even more affordable. They call this the king of the entry levels because it is one of those cheaper ones. It's one of those more affordable wheels, but it is the best of the best in this price range. Well beyond. A lot of the guts are metal. It's got the force feedback. It's got a good acceleration pedal, brake pedal, a little iffy on this one. It's got a plastic wheel, but it does have rubber grips on the 9 and 3. And it's built for PlayStation, PS3, or PS4. It takes a little more work to make it work on the PC, which of course I'm playing on the PC. But it is a very durable, high-end, and I've got 2 metal paddle shifters to do the shifting, so we're still going to be doing all of that. It does not have, though it is upgradable, it does not have a clutch, so it's just gas and brake. And again, like I said, the brake pedal is about the only consistent complaint, and I can see what they're complaining about. It's a little touchy. Doesn't quite have the right resistance on it, but I've heard that there is a mod that can be done for pretty cheap, and I'll look into doing that, but we'll use it as is for a little while. So, being that it is now just 1 day after the holiday, the Christmas holiday, I did get a chance to use it a little bit yesterday after unboxing. And part of that had to do with the fact that, for one, and here we go,
5,
we're straight into
4,
it.
3,
my family was at my house. I was hosting. Alright, so we're here in Sweden. Woohoo! This is going to take some getting used to. I've got a little bit of use on this wheel, but not a lot as of right now. My wife and I were hosting Christmas, so we did have family here. So we were able to set it up and actually shared time. And let's see. It's gonna take some getting used to here. There we go. This is not likely going to be the best race for me as I'm getting used to this wheel. It's going to be different than what I've gotten used to here for a long time. And kind of how much wheel to get the desired effect in these turns is gonna definitely take some time to get used to. Anyway, family was here, and with family, my dad, my nephews, my wife tried it out briefly yesterday. But what we were trying it out on was the game Wreckfest. Yeah, I've tried it. It's fun, by the way. And that was pretty wild. Okay, so 14 seconds down, and most of that time came when I got turned around there. So if I can avoid the mistakes a little bit, could be fairly competitive already with this wheel.
Left 6 80, press jump maybe, into right 6 100, press jump maybe, and caution right 5, press jump maybe, immediate left 4 and crest, and keep right crest.
Lucky roll there, but I'm still stuck in the snowbank. There we go, now we're out. That was a bit more time lost. I'm spending way too much time in these banks. It doesn't want to go over. Oh, that's windshield wiper. Reverse, reverse. Come on. Go in reverse here. Aren't I? There we go. We didn't need that sign anyway. Okay, well, I'm losing lots of time here, and this was to be expected. I'm actually a little lucky that I'm here in Sweden, where I've got more tolerance on boundaries, you know, like unlike Monaco, where I would crash out pretty quick. And I'm 45 seconds down here. Two big mistakes, and now I'm just all over the place, as opposed to how I was pushing it a minute ago. So I got a little practice yesterday, but not much. And it was, you know, like driving buses and lawnmowers in demolition derbies and whatnot. So, ooh, going around way too easy right now. Finding the happy zone yet. And slowing down doesn't seem to be helping. Not using the brake enough for one thing. Whoa! Ooh, away from the crowd, please. Thank you. Hey, at least there wasn't a penalty there, huh? So this will be a fun learning curve here the next couple episodes. You're seeing the very start of this, as this is my first stage, and we've lost a minute. Brake needs to be my friend a lot more than it is right now. So that'll be my first upgrade in driving ability on this wheel. And the control piece is certainly part of it, but a lot of it's coming out of turns where I've got too much speed.
Keep right over crest. Into left 3. Small crest bump 60 crest. And right one continues for 80. 40 bump. Right 4 long crest 60. Keep mid over crest, jump maybe 40. Keep right over crest, jump maybe 40. Left 6. Keep right over small crest.
And the force feedback is definitely something on here that does play a factor, and it's going to take some getting used to, because there's times where the terrain really creates some tension. If you're hitting a little bit of a berm on the right hand side, the wheel's gonna want to get pulled into that. So even though I'm trying to turn left to come off the berm, the force feedback's actually pulling the wheel to the right as I do that. So it's very realistic in that sense, and it's gonna take some getting used to. So that was 12th place. Wasn't last though, so there you go. We were ahead of O'Brien and Lima, and Turunen and Kral both had problems, despite a barrel roll and some, 3 or 4 major spinouts. We were only a minute down, so that could have been a lot worse. We easily lost a minute, which means pace-wise, we weren't that far off from the front when I was running straight. So if I can get it straightened out, clean it up a bit, that time could come down real quick, and we could actually be faster than where we were on the gamepad previously in a relatively short amount of time. That does drop me a place though to 8th here on, what stage are we on actually? I didn't catch that. We're still pretty early in this race, I think. Yeah, it's just stage 3. Short one coming up here, just under 5K. Just do some repairs, and some are necessary, especially the wheels. We spent a lot of time hitting those snow berms on the edge of the road. Radiator is another one we want to keep up on. Let's get that engine topped off. A little bit of work on the body. Gearbox is good. There you go. Let's get the brakes up. Get the suspension up. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get anything else here. No. But we got the car most of the way fixed, so that's not bad considering, especially with that roll. Now let's keep things going and let's see how much I could grow over the course of this episode with this car. I did change the key bindings a little bit, but it's all... Almost jumped it and then ended up late. Wasn't paying attention to the numbers and thought 1 was going to be go there for a second. But it certainly helps with the control, the minor, the left right to keep it steady. So on that part, I might already have an advantage over the gamepad. It's just that little left right, those small adjustments. Oh, but look at that, less than a second down without any mistakes through there. So we are finding time. Road's a little wider through here though. My first mistake. That was, if you didn't notice, we went over a little bit of a bump, got airborne for just a second, and we came down on that left front, and it pulled pretty hard left. So I've got to get used to adjusting to those. Same sort of thing I was talking about of the force feedback, the way it contributes to push back against what you're doing. But here we go, just like that. Second stage, I'm getting the hang of this already. A bit, 7 seconds down there. I went a little slower through that section.
And caution, turn left 3 over bump. Left 3 half long, opens.
Come on, adjust. There we go. Misread where that turn would be. And then adjusted way too late.
Bump 60. Caution bump into left 4 times 3 over crest, bad camber. And right 2 half long. And left 3 open 60 over long crest. Right 5 80 crest.
Okay, sometimes I do not like... Oh, come on. Come on. It is hard to manage this wheel and its degree radius with paddle shifter sometimes. There we go. That is going to take some getting used to, because there's times like this where I need to quickly reverse to first, reverse to first, reverse to first, until we can get straightened out. And that just cost me 30 seconds, or thereabouts, 20, 25 seconds anyway. Some of that was lost on the track.
Left 5 over jump.
But with the paddle shifters and my car, I've got a Mini Cooper and it's got paddle shifters on it, so I am used to them. But one thing is that I have 2 paddle shifters like this does, but it's not one that goes forward and back, or upshift, downshift. I have 2 that do the same thing. There's a push or a pull for upshift, downshift. So both sides have the upshift, downshift. So if you're trying to, this small wheel, if you're getting past one turn in your degree of radius, right, as you're doing a turn, if you got to pull your hand off that 9 and 3, how are you supposed to shift then? So I got to deal with that. That was still better. 11th place, 43 seconds. Gautier actually behind me with a stuck brake, but not the damage like we had. Everybody's inside of a minute, and I lost half of the time that I lost overall just trying to get turned around and getting used to that. So you take that down to reality minus the mistake. I only lost 20 seconds, and that puts me right up there, 5th or 6th. So in just 2 stages, we're looking a bit better. Much better. Still in 8th. The Greek Papantino, or however you say his name, Papantino, one of these days I'll get it. It is closing us down here in 9th. Olsen as well. But I'm not so much worried about position today. This is getting used to the wheel. We're pretty much guaranteed at this point anyway that I will not move up a racing tier. We're outside of the top 3, but we're well above relegation zone. With this and 2 more races left in the championship this season. And I've already got the cars for the next classification bought entirely, and we're actually another one beyond that. So position certainly does matter for
5,
the
4,
future of
2, 1, go.
the finances in keeping this run going and continuing to improve and buying more cars. So yes, I need to do a little bit regarding what position I'm in, but I've got some time to go through the growing pains of this wheel, and that's good. But as you can see already, just from the first stage we ran today, getting there.
Right 6, left 3 half long, 40. Caution crest jump maybe.
Too tight, too
Left
tight.
4 over crest, open tank crest. Right 5 half long.
It's hard to
And
see
left
here.
6 over crest 60. Care down, turn square left, don't cut. Into long crest. And right 3 long, 60.
Alright, just 2.5 seconds down. I'll take that. That is nice. And that was my first square turn I had to make here.
Into right 6 over crest jump maybe. Left 6 100. Left 4 long
Oh, come on.
crest open
Really?
and tires.
Not too much time lost on that.
Opens long 130.
Thought I said keep right.
Long crest and right 4 over crest.
Covered. There we go.
Left 3 times 2 long.
Oh, really? And we rolled? Just damaging the car, trying to do that quickly.
And right 3 half
That was better than before, but I also got my hands on the wheel that time. Still, a lot of time lost. And that was so minor. There was a low berm on the right. I should have been able to drive through. And yet, it not only spun me, but flipped me.
Continues over crest 100. Right 2 long.
You know, like that. That's what that last one should have
Into
done.
left 2, keep in. Into
29
right 3,
seconds down.
opens long, 60 over small crest, left 4, 60. Right 6 long, tightens 3 over bump, 40. Left 2 through dead zone cut. Into right 4. And left 3 past junction 40. Right 6 over crest and keep left over long crest. And crest and right 4.
This is a better drive here.
Left 5 and small crest 100. Left 6 into crest jump maybe.
Good recovery
80.
after another catch with the
Right
burn
6.
there.
Care left 6 over small crest, jump 100 over 2 crests. Turn left 3 long, opens past junction 50, crest. And right 4 long,
Whoa!
crest 40.
Is that ice? Seemed to have
Left
slid.
3 tight, low
Or it
cut,
just overturned.
60
That's
crest jump maybe.
something I'm still getting used to
Right
here.
3 through dead, crest. Left 5 half long. And care right 2 over bump. Small crest, bump 40. Caution, turn left 2, 60. Right 5 past junction 40. Care left 3 over small crest, opens past junction and tightens over crest. Right 4 keep in, 40 over long crest. Right 4 half long.
Didn't expect that. Over the hilltop. Can we recover? Yes.
60 through dead.
That little crest threw me off on that one. I didn't expect the road to jut out quite as much as it did there.
And left 6 over bump. And right 5, 60. Left 5.
Slowed it down a little,
Right
but
3 tight.
controls
And
look a
left
lot
5,
better.
40.
And
Right
until I do
5
that.
long over crest. Tightens 360.
I suppose the thing is, though, I've done this a lot, even with the gamepad here in Sweden. It's such a skinny road at such a high speed. The beauty is it doesn't destroy you. I'm still in this race. There's no DNF. It spins you out a lot. I'm spinning out more than I would normally. I'm a few places lower than I would be normally. But honestly, I was only about 7th or 8th place with the gamepad, which I've used for a long time and done this game plenty. In just a few stages, I'm 9th. You know, I'm 8-10 seconds slower. That's all. So I'm not miles off like I was the first stage, where I lost a minute. And even then, I still had some pace. So I think we'll be just fine with this wheel in a short amount of time. And it seems to be working well. I'm sure you're hearing the clicking a little bit on the gears. That's to be expected, but otherwise it's not crazy noisy like other wheels, and that's also one of the reasons why they call this the king of entry levels. Is a lot of the entry levels are very noisy, and I actually move up a spot here to 7th with Gautier. That sticking brake must have cost him a lot of time on this second stage here. Did we have repairs last time, or do we have repairs this time? Presumably it's this time. Long stage here, 12K on this one. Yes, okay. So, Gautier's problem stuck with him. We'll see. You know what? I think I might be a little early on that 7 minutes there. Maybe not. I think we're okay. Yeah, we should be able to get fully repaired this time, which is excellent. Perfect. Alright, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Crest. Right 6 long times 40.
Almost stalled out a little bit.
Caution line.
That all
2
has a
crests, left 4
bigger
over
impact
crest,
now than it
maybe
did
40
before.
bump dip. Left 5 continues for 80 over bump and big bump 40.
It's also a little weird to
Right 5
drive two-footed
and left 5 long over bump.
with
Into
paddle
left 5
shifters
keep
and
in.
not, 2-foot.
Caution left 5 over
Two-foot.
crest bump dip. Right 5 over jump.
But
Left 5 long, tightens over
realistically,
crest,
driving a race car like this, driving, rally, sometimes you need gas and brake at the same time, and then switching your feet back and forth like you would in a regular car is not realistic to what you would be doing. It's very much 1 foot for gas, 1 foot for brake. Alright, 4 seconds down. It took a little slow, especially in the straightaway, actually, where I could have used quite a bit more pace, and that was 2 or 3 seconds that I lost right there. So, a little touch with the berm there, and actually at first, so off to a good start in this one, but not as fast as I could be.
Right 6 long over bumps, and left 4 half long 40.
Hey, look at that. I got through the jump section and didn't spin out for the first time in 4 stages. But then I did that on the first turn. Not much damage done there. A couple seconds is all.
Into caution crest jump and left 3 tight.
Come on.
Bump. And right 2 long.
And we're already at right 2 pace, so no break here.
Into right 2 long tight to 80.
11 seconds down. Not great, but
caution right 4 over crest.
not bad,
tight
not bad.
60. Left 3 over bump crest, 60 crest. Into left 4 half long. Crest jump. Right 5, 60. Right 4, 40. Right 6 over small crest into left 5 half long. And caution right 6 into left 3 long past junction 40. Crest jump. Right 5 long and keep left over crest jump maybe. And right 6, 60 crest. Left 5 tightens over crest bad camber 60. Right 6 through dip and caution keep left over crest bump 60.
Okay, 16 seconds. I can work with that. Sorry, I'm a little down on my commentary at the moment, though, as I'm in a concentration mode here.
4 over bridge, 60, left 3, into right 2 tightens 1.
Oh, come on. Recovery.
Into left 4 half long. Into right 4 long. And caution, crest, left 3 tightens and right 5. Into right 4 half long, over bump 60. Left 3 through dip, tightens 2 over crest 80.
It's nice to see the graphics on the wheel actually starting to look like it's behaving like a wheel instead of, a gamepad. Suppose there's one perk to all of this.
And caution, left 3 continues over 2
Come on.
crest 80.
Get out of there. There we go. Not bad through here. 26 down, halfway. So 26 seconds essentially for that stage. That's the best I've had yet. So
right 3 half long 40. Left 3 don't cut into crest 60. Right 6 80.
using the brake a lot better than I was, especially in that first stage. And gas for that matter. I'm not flat out or off feathering it a lot better than before. Getting used to how much you get in feathering it. See through here, the basic controls. These speed rhythm sections going a lot better. Still making little mistakes, but only 31 seconds down.
Left 5 and keep right over long crest. Caution left 4 long opens past junction. 60. Caution turn square left late narrows. 100. Crest 100. Right 4 past junction 130.
Whew, that was a good section there. Ooh, did not want to upshift there. Almost downshifted, changed my mind, and accidentally upshifted instead.
Keep right over jump. Into left 5 long over crest, 150 over bumps.
Nice,
Caution,
32.
crest, right 4 continues for 80. 100,
Caution,
past
braking,
junction, crest jump
braking,
maybe
okay.
40.
Braked a little more than I needed, but just wanted to be sure.
60 bump. Right 4 long past junction tightens. Into crest and left 4 half long 40.
Alright, hey, we are driving now, huh?
Right 3 100. Right 3 long opens over crest line for 100. Caution bump, left 4, right 5.
Starting to come together. It is starting to come together.
And
So
left
yes,
3
we will
tightens
be
over
just
crest.
fine. This wheel is going to be
Into right 5
awesome.
over bump, 40. Caution left 3 over crest and open hairpin right.
Yeah, 34 seconds. Barely any time lost this second part of this stage. I've lost,
Into
what,
left 3,
6 seconds
crest, 40.
through 3 sectors?
Left 5 long. Into caution right 6 over bump. And left 4 half long, dog cut 80. Left 5 40. Left 3 over crest bump 80. Caution right 4 over crest past
With the
junction.
force feedback though,
Left 2 half long.
start to
and
feel it in my
crest.
arms.
Into right 3 long over bump, tightens. And right 5 over bump 40. Left 3 long past junction opens.
The tension on the wheel and the feedback.
And left 3 long. Into right 4 over crest bump, tightens 2.
Oof. And I can tell you now that I will start to feel it. I'm not feeling it yet, but I will start to feel it in another way as well. So if you haven't seen the rest of my channel, you may not know this as of yet. But back in May, so it's been a while now, 7 months ago, back in May, I tore my calf in a soccer game. That was 1/100th of a second off of 4th place. Look at that. So just like that, we are moving on up. Now that doesn't mean that I'll consistently be there yet, but we are back to being the best of the Peugeot by a good margin, more than 30 seconds up on the others. This car's built for some races and not for others. And see, so Reed, big brake failure, lots of time loss, 4 cars with huge time losses. 12 within about a minute and a half, and I'm back up there near the top. Anyway, so I tore my calf back in May and missed soccer for a couple months, got back in after that, but I have some damage to that that's still not fully healed, and after driving, and usually about half an hour, which I'm pretty close to that point now, we haven't been driving the whole time, like now, I really start to feel it down between my calf and my Achilles. So we'll see how much that affects me as time goes on. I think I can feel it pulsating just a little bit now, so that'll be fun. But anyway, so 7th place overall here. We are closing back in on DeLuca. We've now put more than a minute between us and Olsen. And you can see just how far down some of these guys are getting with the damage they've taken on. So we're still in position actually to get a decent finish here today. We might be a couple positions below where we want to be in the final, but as we head past the halfway point onto stage 6, it's another lengthy one here, 11.5 kilometers. All right, here we go, stage 6.
2, 1, go. 80 dip, into right 6, 40, keep mid over crest, 40, keep right over crest jump maybe, caution 60 crest jump, immediate left 4 long, bump, 40, left 5 continues 80
yeah,
over crest,
hitting that braking zone in the air doesn't work very well. You can't brake in the air terribly well. I did not know that I was going to be airborne just before that corner.
Into right 5 over small crest 100 over small crest bump. Right 6, left 3 half long 40. Caution crest jump maybe. Left 4 over crest opens and crest. right 5 half long, and left 6 over crest 60, care down.
Okay, just 1.5 seconds down.
Into long crest, and right 3 long, 60, left 5 over crest half long, tightens 2 crest, 40.
Push through that one. It's been a while since I've been able to do that. So we're starting to get things used to things well enough to do that.
Left 4 long over
Okay.
crest, opens and tightens. Into right 3, opens long, 130. Long crest, and right 4 over crest. Left 3 tightens 2 long, and right 3. And right 3 half long.
Okay,
40.
things are going much better
Left 2
here.
keep in.
Just 4 seconds
Into
down.
right 4. And left 4 opens over crest 80. Caution, left 5 over crest jump, continues over crest 100. Right 2 long. Into left 2 keep in. Into right 3 opens long 60 over small crest. Left 4 60. Right 6 long.
Through this
tightens
tighter
3
section,
over
we were good.
40.
No mistakes through there. Not as fast as we
Left
could have
2
been, but
depth
only
cut.
a couple seconds
Into
lost through
right
that whole
4.
section. That control
Left
really
3
helps.
junction 40. Right 6 over crest and keep left over long crest and crest and right 4 over crest bump. Left 5 and small crest 100. Left 6 into
That
crest
berm
jump
pretty hard,
80 bump. Right
No more
6.
than a couple seconds lost there.
Care
And still
left
just
6
9
over small
seconds
crest,
down
jump 100 over
through
2
3
crest.
sectors.
Turn left 3 long, opens past junction 50 crest.
Ooh, ooh. How are we stalling out? I was on the gas like that. Feathering it that whole time, but okay.
40. Left 3 tight, don't cut, 60, crest jump maybe. And right 3 through dip, crest. Left 5 half long. And care, right 2 over bump. Small crest bump, 40. Caution, turn left 2, 60. Right 5 past junction, 40. Care, left 3 over small crest, opens past junction and tightens over crest. Right 4 keep in.
Okay,
40,
so much better
right
control,
crest, right
and
4 half long.
I say that. Oh, of course, that little tiny tree.
Half long.
Still gotta spin around here.
Back that way.
Huh? Isn't it this way? Thank you.
60 through there. Left 5 half long.
Okay, 30 seconds. That was 20 seconds lost in that sector. 21.
6 over crest jump
And
maybe.
almost all of that
And
was
left
right
6
there
over
getting
bump.
turned back
And
around.
Right 5, 60, left 5. Right 3 tight.
And that was just having that little berm jumping out at me unexpectedly.
60.
Little left, right, left.
Right 5 over crest jump maybe. Into left 5 long through bump
So,
dip.
a little bit of an unnatural section that I
Right
didn't
40
quite
dip.
catch from.
Left 4 into small crest.
Come on,
and
come on. I think I did this stage before and absolutely tanked it. This was that area where I had so many problems.
Into caution hairpin left.
So I'm
open
doing much
forward.
better than I did through here before.
Into left 3 long.
Or is this the same? No.
And right 4 long tightens. Left 6 over crest and small crest. Into right
Not
4
a great sector
crest.
there, but still,
Into left 2.
I've really only had one bad sector so far, so
Right
that's
6, 60. Right
that's
4
progress.
long, 100
That is
miles.
progress, all right.
And caution small crest jump. And right 6 over crest jump maybe 40. Left 5 and bump. Right 3 over crest open 60 bump.
Come on, keep off, keep off.
Right 5 long. Tightens over crest 40. Left 4 tightens 3 and right 3 into left 5 over crest 40. left 2 over crest, long, and right 3, into left 5, and right 4 over small crest, 60 over
Stepped on it a little too hard, a little too soon. Saved it though. Okay, 46.
And keep left over crest, into right 2 long.
Still half that time was lost in just one mistake, so.
And left 2 through dip, open 6, and tightens 2 over crest. And right 6 through dip. Left 3 over crest, and right 6. Left 2 opens 40. Right 3 opens and tightens 40. Small crest jump 60 past junction. Caution right 4, left 1 past junction. Left 5. Right 3 half long opens. To crest 40. Left 2.
Got misheard
Into right 2 long.
co-pilot there because I expected to be able to go fast and needed to go very slow through that area.
And right 5 long over 2 crests, 40.
Usually it's when I'm giving commentary that I make that mistake.
60.
So that was entirely on me.
Right
My
4
focus
over crest,
down.
40. Right 4 long over crest. Into left 2 half long, 40. Right 2. Into right 3 half long, 40. Left 2. And left 3. And left 4, 40. Right 4 half long, 60 crest. Into right 3 through dip. Into left 5 and right 3, 40 past junction. Left 3 long over crest opens and tightens 2. And right 2 opens 60 over crest jump maybe. To finish.
Alright, 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 alright. Matthew McConaughey could be a little bit proud of that one. Maybe, maybe not. But hey, 5th place, 48 seconds down. So, there is the growth. But that growth is going to have to continue into the next one because I am out of time for this episode. Thanks for tuning in on my first adventure with my new Thrustmater T150 with force feedback. Whew. Intense, but enjoyable. Love it. I do like karting on occasion. I do pretty well for myself. Last time out, had a group of about 10 of us that were all friends there together. And I started dead last, and I passed everybody but the one who started in first. And by the time I got to the last lap, 10 minutes in, I was right behind him. So I started almost a lap behind him and had come up right behind him. And I had lapped some of the others quite a few times, so I was definitely the fastest of all of us. And that was before I ever did any of this on the channel. That was actually early summer. Before I tore my calf, actually, so it was earlier than summer. It was in spring. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.